Whoops. Yeah, we back at it again, y'all. Welcome to the All Sports Matters podcast. I am your host, Mr. Off Season, because Pelicans are in the off season, and leave it to Mr. Celtic over there. Pretty soon the Lakers will also be in the off season. But I am your boy JB back again. As you can see, we took a little hiatus last week. We had some things to get taken care of. But I got two of my brothers back with me tonight. Y'all go ahead and join and say hi to the people. First, we got the Bachelor. I don't know what I don't.
You don't know what the Bachelor is?
I'm gonna let him explain that. That seems weird.
Hey, what do you mean it's weird?
Huh?
I'm single and ready to mingle. What do you mean it's weird?
All right. Okay, all right, Mr. 24/7. Please help save everybody from this.
I just want y'all to know that I am not single and I am not ready to mingle. And if I showed anybody else opposite of that, I fear for your lives because obviously you don't know my girl. Yeah, but let's mingle in the world of sports.
You feel me?
Him is the only one. Him is the only one that can mingle. The Bachelor, because no, we're not doing this. We're not doing it at all. But let's jump right on into it. It's been a whole lot of stuff that's happened over the last couple of weeks since we have not been here. We have not come to work because we have a life too, people. We got things to do. So where y'all want to start? You want to talk about OBJ? You want to talk about the garbage can that is the Arizona Cardinals? What y'all want to do?
I think we should go with what's hot right now. And the only thing that's actively hot is the NBA playoffs.
It is.
Everything else. This has been a slow 2 weeks of news.
It really has. I figure we just glazed over the NFL since there's only been like three things that really happened. You got a big contract, you got OBJ signing, then you got people mad in out there in Arizona. So I figured we'd start over there, glaze over it real quick, and then jump right into the NBA playoffs. Like you said, I started this off by saying that I missed the off season because my teams are one of them I didn't expect to make it, and they did, and the other team I expected to make it, and they at home. So, what y'all, how y'all feel about what's going on in the playoffs? First, let's talk about Draymond. Do you think he deserved to be suspended?
I would. Here's where I'm torn. If y'all don't mind me taking the reins here for a second. Mm-hmm. At first, I thought it was merited, but then I looked at the 76ers game last night, and NBA came out and admittedly said they're not touching that game. They're not even going to look at it. They're not going to suspend anybody. And I really believe that Draymond got suspended due to his past transgressions, not for the feet alone. Was he wrong? Yeah, he was wrong. This is just mine, not the group's opinion. I believe that he did merit that technical foul to get him ejected, but not a suspension. So,
right,
yeah.
Now, what was the suspension a part of the technical foul? Because don't he end it? Well, I know the playoffs it resets, so yeah. He's not at the number yet. But I think it should have been some suspensions from last night too. But I mean, the NBA just they act like they're doing stuff on the fly and they don't have things already laid out in place. So they need to get their life together because what's going on now? Draymond sitting there talking about he couldn't do nothing else because the guy grabbed his foot. No, you made a conscious effort to step on that dude's chest. It might not have been as hard as it looked, but you made a conscious effort because your foot was over him and you brought it back. Now, should something have happened to him too for grabbing Draymond? Yes, something should have happened to Sabonis too. But
he did. He got a tech.
He got a tech, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if that warrants suspension because I've seen people talking about how he should have been suspended too and all this other foolishness. Nah, he just grabbed the dude's foot.
Let's me. Well, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, Fleck. 1 second. But let me just say, let's talk about physics for a second. Somebody grabs your foot, all you gonna do is shoo them away, right? Like, let go of me. It might be a little excessive as far as a kick. You say, hey, let me go. And that's about as far as Draymond should have went. He could have kicked him in the shoulder and be like, hell, let me go. And that would have been warranted, but he went extra and above to make sure he stepped on him. He stepped on him and then stomped on him. And that's where I thought he went over and beyond. And that's where, for me. But go ahead, Fleck.
I don't think, like y'all talk about the physics of it. He didn't know Sabonis had his foot at first. When he finally figured out that Sabonis had his foot, he was trying to run and he couldn't move. So yeah, that next step is going to come down where it came down at. Did Draymond do a little bit more than he should have? Probably, which is why he got suspended, because he's Draymond. If that would have been any other player in the league, they would have got the tech. That would have been it. Probably got ejected. That would have been it. No suspension. But because it's Draymond and he's got a penchant for doing those type of things,
right?
That's why he got suspended.
But see, somebody grabs my foot. I'm going. My leg is going left and right.
But he was turning. He
still goes left and right, though. He still goes left and right. Draymond wasn't trying to jump. He was trying to move forward. So if somebody's grabbing me, I'm either dragging him with me.
But see, that's the thing. I don't think he knew that dude had his foot until he got ready to come down.
I'm with you on that one. I am.
What got him? I'm not saying that he didn't do it on purpose
for the guy.
I'm definitely not saying he didn't do it on purpose. He did it on purpose. I'm not saying that. I'm not defending it. So let's not say that. I'm not defending it. But I think at first he didn't know dude had his foot. And when he noticed dude had his foot, that's when he got extra with it.
No, I agree with you on that one.
Let me throw this in there, because I hear what you're saying, but he looked down before he stepped on him. So he knew he had his foot. His foot, and I watched the video front, back, slow, all that. His foot was here. When he looked down and saw that he had him, he stepped back and did this. He really did, and he didn't need to do all of that. He was trying to run you right, but he literally stepped on him on purpose. Should he have been suspended? That's up for interpretation on everybody. But
given what we saw last night in the Sixers Nets game, the suspension wasn't warranted. His previous incidents is what caused him to be looked at in that light. Unfortunately,
that's what I'm saying.
If that would have been Clay, if that would have been Jordan Poole, who
it would have been anybody other than Draymond. Yeah. That's what I said.
He probably got kicked out and sent home, but not suspended. I think Draymond was the only one in that light that caused them to get suspended. So.
And I think a lot of it is like y'all said, is past Draymond and stuff like that, but stuff leading up to the playoffs, things that he's done in games where people were like, well, he should have been thrown out of the game, or he's doing this, he's doing that, and nothing happened to him. So I think the league is trying to kind of reel him back in, because he's been doing a whole lot of stuff and not really been getting punished for it in inside of games, and they haven't really done anything. So I think they're trying to reel him back in, because like when they played the Pelicans and they got all that stuff, and he grabbed Herb Jones and all that stuff. I mean, I don't really watch the Warriors, so I have to mention games that I've seen. It was a lot of stuff that he was doing that people were upset, and all the pundits and the talking heads were like, well, maybe they should have threw a tech. Maybe they should have threw him out the game because he was doing a whole lot. But either way.
I'll tell you what Joel Embiid did was way worse, in my opinion, than what Draymond did.
But I felt Embiid on that, though. Like, dude, you're not finna just stand over me like that. Like, get from over me. Like,
I know.
Like, get from over me. Like, dude, like Claxton. Like, literally, he stood over him. Like, he could have went the other way, and you know what I'm saying? But dude, you don't stand up, get from over me.
Right. So,
no, I agree. I got I don't like Philly, but I got Embiid's back on that one.
So
well, go ahead.
I will say, no, I just want to acknowledge a couple of comments. This is there on the subject. What about game one? Obviously, Sacramento Kings was way dominant. We'll talk about that here in a second. And I guess I will refer to the panel. Does Draymond Green move on from does Golden State move on for Draymond Green? I should say.
I was about to say who's gonna want to deal with the headache of Draymond Green. But when you asked it the first way you did, now does Golden State move on from him? I feel like they have several cases to move on from him, and I'm sure they're looking at their options right now because they don't have to bring him back. They can find somebody else to fill that energy role that he provides, but all the antics, those aren't really needed.
So last night, oh, go ahead. Did you guys watch the games last night? The Kings Warriors game?
Yeah,
I did not.
I watched bits and pieces of it. I didn't watch.
Right. So I stayed up and watched the second half. I watched the second half, and it was a completely different team with Draymond not in there. Looney stepped up big time, being the center. Obviously, Draymond is a ball handler, or he seems to be a ball handler in that offense. But it was two different offenses. Maybe it was because they was playing at home. Maybe I don't know. Obviously, we'll see more in Game 4. But last night the ball was different. Maybe Curry was playing with more. He obviously shot a lot better in the fourth quarter than he has in the past, because statistics would prove that Curry is not a fourth quarter player in the playoffs for some reason. So
because they had Klay Thompson.
I don't know if he may not fit the way he does anywhere else, but
I don't think anybody else is going to take a chance.
The Warriors has his back.
They do, but I don't think anybody else is going to take a chance unless they're rebuilding. I don't think anybody else is going to take a chance on him coming in and messing up chemistry.
Why would a rebuilding team want him?
That's all. That's what I'm saying. Unless they're on a rebuild, I don't know. But like, what were you saying? Because you were
Amir took it. I was about to say Draymond don't work. I mean, he works in that Golden State system. I don't see him having that type of success outside of Golden State.
Right. Well,
Amir took it.
Sorry.
And you're talking about the Kings, or the Queens, as Shaq used to call them before he joined the ownership group. But the Kings have been, they deserve every bit of the praise that they getting, all of the flowers that they're getting, to include De'Aaron Fox, who is the newly minted clutch player of the year, and the coach, Mike. Well, I can't think of names today. Mike Brown is the coach of the year, which it's very, very, it was very evident that he should have been from the performance of that team.
First time a coach has been awarded unanimously, by the way.
So and I like that team's makeup, and they not old players, well, except Harrison Barnes, but
I totally forgot that he was on that squad until last night. When I was watching that game, I totally forgot about a Harrison Barnes. Honestly, that guy is just not a star, anymore. He had a few good years, obviously, but
right.
I don't think he fits in that offense. They need a 3-point shooter to complete them. They need a literal corner spot up 3-point shooter to complete that.
Right. And what's crazy? They had that in Buddy Hield, but he didn't fit with the team.
Because he was always shooting and didn't care about anybody else. Go ahead, Fleck.
Oh, no, y'all good. Go ahead.
I don't know.
I zoned out and started watching the game.
They got Sabonis for Hield, so it's like,
yeah,
Sabonis fits better with De'Aaron Fox.
Mr. Nike chest. Also, by the way, I wanted to point out earlier when you was talking about Draymond Green real quick, when you said he's a ball handler, I wanted to tell you to make sure you watch out, because I hear that's why Jordan got punched in the face. So just don't call Draymond a ball handler around him because he might get mad. Some other awards that were handed out, some other hardware. You had the Sixth Man of the Year, Mr. Malcolm Brogdon. He went ahead and did his thing.
Boo.
The Defensive Player of the Year.
You just throw gang signs for the Celtics?
He did right on the show. I don't understand why he would do that.
For the Celtics, yep.
I just want the world to know that we don't condone gang violence.
We do not condone gang violence. They go kick us
but
off.
We do
everything.
Love our Celtics.
Who is our? What is that?
If it don't know what our is. Hey, if the shoe don't fit, don't wear it.
They go get.
I'm still trying to figure out how a little boy from Alabama grew up to love the Celtics. I'm still,
You're from New Jersey and like Notre Dame.
The Celtics are racist though.
Why not? They had on TV. They had one channel.
Right. So
he only had channel 6.
There you go. That's what the Celtics were on TV.
That's horrible. Celtics suck. But Jaren Jackson. Was it a surprise to y'all that he won Defensive Player of the Year?
No.
Okay, all right, I'll take it. He went out there with it on his mind. He told you at the beginning of the season that's what he wanted, and that's what he got. I mean, he did the thing, so he deserved it.
No, he deserved it.
Nick Nurse, I mean, writing was on the wall. He's looking for a new job, which I tell he's very high or at the top of Houston's wish list. Which
he wanted to leave. He's been saying it for weeks.
Yeah.
He put the writing on the wall.
Right.
Toronto had no idea when he woke up one morning and said, "You know what? I don't know if I can coach this team anymore."
Mm-hmm. So
he woke up and said that
he's going to be in Houston next year. And the Raptors, we sitting there talking about the Celtics. The Raptors have on top of their list Mr. Ime Udoka. So
maybe Nia Long is not welcome in Canada. I don't know what's going on there, but
she found out that he was taking pieces of the intern, so she went ahead and moved back to Los Angeles. I'm sure she didn't have the intern. She didn't have the girl doing her flight information this time like she did to go to Boston. But he gonna do his thing.
I think with Ime, I guess.
Ime? Mm-hmm.
Was it him or was it the players? Because Boston hasn't lost a step with Mazzulla coaching.
They haven't lost a step from Danny Ainge to Brad Stevens to.
So was it
Ime to Joe?
Was it Udoka? I mean, he's a good coach. I'm not going to take that from him, but how much are we putting too much stock in how good of a coach he is?
No, I agree. I agree with you on that one. I've always said, this is one thing I've always said. I don't want to knock Phil Jackson, but I could have coached Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and the three Pete's. You know what I'm saying? Just hey,
Kobe.
I could have coached Kobe and Shaq. I never wanted to knock these coaches. I really don't. But when you got superstars on top of superstars on top of superstars, all you doing is drowning egos.
You say that about Phil Jackson, but when he wasn't in Chicago, Jordan wasn't winning. When he wasn't in Los Angeles, Kobe and Shaq wasn't winning.
Sometimes you need that motivator. I get it, but it's not coaching. It's motivation.
Think about it, Fleck.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Mark Jackson made the Warriors. It wasn't Steve Kerr.
I was just about to say that. He made the Warriors. Mark Jackson gave the Warriors. He gave the Warriors the defensive identity they have, and then Steve Kerr came in and gave them an offensive identity. But Mark Jackson was the one who put that team together.
I get it. It is part of the coaching job. I'll give you your credit on that with JPB. But when you have the talent already ahead of you, sometimes it just takes for you to be like, hey, listen to Jordan, or Jordan is sometimes, hey, chill, bro. Something along those lines where you're like a vocal coach to every blue moon to be like, hey, shut up in the huddle. And I think that's what LeBron has been missing. If I'm being honest with you, and I don't want to make this about LeBron, because he goes in those huddles and tries to coach. And sometimes that coach will be like, hey, chill. And who's been that coach 2-time Coach of the Year, who just won this year unanimously, and has been Mike Brown.
Yep.
So I will give Mike Brown all the credit, for being that coach.
I like that Sacramento team too.
I do.
So
I like that Sacramento team.
You have people in the NBA who's coached LeBron-led teams, and they're so afraid of the mystique and the superstar that is LeBron that if they say something, then they're going to get fired or they're going to get reprimanded because they don't want to say anything to LeBron James. They need to realize
Vogel lost his job for that reason, and Vogel was a good coach.
He was, but I mean, he was brought in there, and LeBron didn't want him there from the start. So it was like, what do you go do? Because LeBron told him that he didn't want Frank Vogel as his coach. So it's one of them things. It's a few teams out there that another team that we was talking last week in the chat about, Oklahoma City. What y'all think they're gonna look like next year?
Even better.
Man, they got like 38 and they got like 38 first-round picks in like the next 5 drafts.
I mean,
like,
them boys
there's
look
nowhere
real
to
scary.
go up for that team. I wouldn't seriously, I would not be surprised if in 5, 6, 7, 8 years that team wins the championship. I wouldn't be surprised.
They look,
assuming everybody's staying.
I mean, not even that. They got the draft capital to go out and trade 5 first-round picks for a disgruntled superstar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they have the picks.
They definitely can do that.
So who's that disgruntled superstar? Kyrie?
Oh, I mean, I don't know No, I would not trade for Kyrie. No. I forgot. I can't even mention that name because of Jim. You set me up, Amir.
Damn. You wouldn't trade for Kyrie? Sure.
You set me up, Amir.
Tell him how you feel. Why wouldn't you trade for Kyrie, sir?
Amir set me up.
Such an angry little guy.
I cannot talk about Kyrie. Amir set me up.
What about Damian Lillard?
I was now that's huge. That is huge.
But
here's
I don't
what I'm
see his fit. I don't see a Damian Lillard fit on that OKC team.
No.
Because you got
Damian
Lillard, you got Giddey. So I don't know where Damian Lillard would fit on that team.
No, he ain't going there, but I will tell you where Damian Lillard might go, and that might be Philly.
I mean,
that's without a Harden on that squad, by the way.
Because Philly already is already rumblings and writing on the wall that they don't want to keep Harden there, and it's a possibility of them trading him back to Houston or him going back to Houston.
I think Lillard is leaning him. I'm not speaking for him, but obviously all the reports, he's interested in going to Philly if and when Harden is moved on to Houston, as they say right now.
Said that Lillard is better than both. He was in the stands. I'm not saying Lillard is not better than.
Who do you think said that?
Okay, I'm not responding to it then. Go ahead.
So we're not seeing Lillard in. How would Lillard fit better than Harden in Philly? I'll ask that question.
Oh no, I was talking about OKC. I could.
No, I agree with you. He's not going to OKC.
Yeah, I could. As a Celtics fan, I wouldn't want to see him in Philly, but as an unbiased media personality, I guess I like the fit minus Harden, because now you got that inside-outside game with him and Embiid, and
I'm finding it real hard to find a good fit for Harden right now because the way Harden plays.
Now, I think what he said, he wants to go back to Houston for the city, not for the team.
I think Harden is like losing a lot of his mystique.
They taking out the traveling that he's able to do.
Davis, they bring up a good point.
Nobody said anything about Lillard being worse than SGA or Giddey. Whoever.
Calm down. We will acknowledge another comment.
Good night.
And how about Lillard when he talked about not stacking teams in all these years, not crying, but complaining about teams stacking? You think he wants to stack now?
I think he wants to go somewhere where he has a chance to win. I think he sees the writing on the wall in Portland. They're about to embrace a rebuild. Let's be honest. And I think he sees that, and he don't want to be part of a rebuild. I don't think he necessarily. I think he meant what he said about team stacking. I think he meant that.
Yeah, he definitely.
But he's not going to want to embrace a rebuild.
No, and don't forget when they hired Chauncey Billups, he was not a fan of that pickup either. So I feel like he's definitely got his foot out the door, and it's all a matter of finding a place for him to go and be able to thrive.
So, and I think that was JPP that brought up the point. We already know Trae Young's on the way out.
Yeah.
Right? Well, we believe Trae Young's on the way out. Is it Trae Young, Damian Lillard a fair trade?
No. Not if I'm Portland. No. Not if I'm Portland. I don't know.
Trae Young is younger, but Dame is better.
Not straight up, no.
You got to give me something.
Trae Young, he's a headache. Like he embraces the diva athlete.
Right.
So he embraces that diva athlete. I
can guarantee you Trae Young. I can guarantee you Portland would ask for a John Collins with Trae Young if they was to give up Damian Lillard.
Well, John Collins been on the block.
But John Collins has hurt his value a lot this year too.
No, but John Collins been on the block for the last 2 years.
Yeah, and his trade value was hurt this year.
So why not John Collins, Trae Young for Damian Lillard?
You bring up more. I don't know. If I'm Portland, I want more.
You bring up
because John Collins' trade value is in the garbage.
Going next year's first. I don't think it really matters as much. But if you're giving me Trae Young, John Collins, that means I'm not in a total rebuild mode. I am still, you know what I'm saying? There's no difference than having Damian Lillard and nobody else.
If I'm Portland, I don't want Trae Young and John Collins straight up for Lillard. Lillard can be a difference maker for a team. If I'm Lillard, I don't even want to go to Atlanta, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm just going from one rebuild to another.
I'm Chauncey Billups, right? My team just came in 13th out of 15 with Damian Lillard.
Okay.
Why not get rid of that Damian Lillard Supermax contract and take on a Trae Young and a John Collins and a future first that's going to put me right back maybe in the same position, but I have more money in my books?
Because if I'm Damian Lillard, I don't want to go to Atlanta.
Who says it's his choice? I don't know his contract. I don't know.
You're right, it's not. But if I'm not wanting to go from one rebuild in Portland to another rebuild in Atlanta.
Now, what do you mean? They made the playoffs every year. How's it a rebuild?
If they trade away Trae Young, a first, and John Collins, what are they left with?
DeMonte Murray.
They got Murray and
Diamante
in the backcourt. They got Capella up front.
I wouldn't know.
They got Diamante and Capella.
That's just
not a rebuild.
In my mind, it is.
And don't forget in the NBA, you can still they get traded all the time and then get bought out because they don't want to play for those teams. So if he gets traded to Atlanta, there's no guarantee that he will stay in Atlanta anyway.
No, Atlanta's not trading all that to buy him out. No. Atlanta's not going to trade hypothetically trade Trae Young, John Collins, and a first for the right to buy Damian Lillard out.
It's not a rebuild. I believe that's a fair trade to get a superstar point guard to work with Murray, and they all got to look for a small forward, power forward, which can be done easily. And they're just right back in the mix. They made the playoffs year after year. Why not get better? Lillard is better than Trae Young. John Collins at this point, like you said, is just a body.
Right. So
why not?
So if John Collins is just a body, Trae Young, they don't really want Trae Young there. You got Clint Capella, who's, if I can remember correctly, is old. So When would they be?
He's not old.
Mid-20s. He's mid to late 20s.
I feel like he's like been in the league for like 15 years.
No, you tripping.
For real?
He's not old.
You keep talking. I'll tell you exactly how old he is.
Yeah, please tell me, because I feel like he been in the league for super long with Houston and everybody. I don't know.
He only was in Houston before Atlanta.
But he was in Houston for what, 5 years?
He was only in Houston.
Oh, really? Okay.
3 or 4 years.
Bell is 28.
Really? Damn. Basketball years go by super slow.
These guys say they played 4 years in college. They still coming in at 21, 22.
That's true. I felt like he was super old for some reason. I don't know, because I've just been hearing his name too much. All right, go ahead. My bad.
Now, quick question: doesn't Damian Lillard have like a no trade restriction on his contract until like June of 2023?
I don't know. That's one thing I didn't know. And
That's a very possible.
Question. It's very possible being a superstar, Dame Lillard's character. So
yeah,
caliber, not caliber. Sorry.
I seriously doubt he can be traded without his consent, saying that he wants to go there, because, like you said, of the type of player.
Rob, here's my thing though: do you stay in Portland where you obviously didn't want to be these last 4 months, or do you move to organization or a league like the East that you can get a sub 500 team and still make the playoffs?
He doesn't have a no trade clause. He has a trade restriction.
Trade restriction
until July of 2023.
But that's July, so they can still, once that comes, they can still trade him in the offseason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm Atlanta, I'm taking that trade. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know who need him. That's where I would like to see that would be a good match for Damian Lillard in Miami.
That's
Miami?
Miami. That's where they said he's more than likely, if he hits the market, that's where he's going to probably end up, because the Heat are the best option for it.
Here's the thing, Rob. He's not hitting the market. This is a trade. So
that's what I'm saying, the trade market. I ain't talking about the free agent.
Miami got to give up a Bam Adebayo to get a Damian Lillard. And that depletes
that's true.
Miami's roster.
Or Tyler Hero and some picks.
Tyler
Hero's not enough.
Portland is about
especially he just now got hurt. He's out for 6 to 8 months.
They gonna give up the Don Plasma.
Okay, continue, Flake. He tripping. Go ahead and say what you were about to say.
How am I tripping?
Not you. I'm talking about Jim. I'm talking about Udonis Haslem. I'm not talking about you, Amir. I'm talking about him.
I think Jimmy Butler and Bam.
I'm talking about
Tyler
Jim.
Hero is not a name.
I think Jimmy Butler and Bam
are untouchable.
Would have to stay in Miami.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know who they probably see
on the outside. Portland's going to be if they're trading Damian Lillard, they're going to be embracing the rebuild.
So this is what they do.
So
you trade Hero.
Go ahead. 3-4 first-round picks. Hero, Duncan Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
And Mike Lowry.
And who?
Because Mike Lowry's sitting on the bench.
Kyle.
Stop.
Nobody want that little Oompa
I don't know how your knees don't hurt anymore by you mentioning Kyle Lowry in a trade right now, sir.
Look, Mike Lowry, Kyle Lowry, whatever his name is. Send the little husky Oompa Loompa with Robinson.
That's how you run.
And Hero and three first-round picks. And you get Damian Lillard, probably.
I don't know if
Kyle Lowry is going to retire after the season at this pace.
He should.
I mean,
I'm telling you, Trae Young and Collins is probably the best trade you're going to get right now.
Yeah,
It's different though.
But we're talking about fit. I think he'd be a better fit for Miami than he would for.
He'd definitely be a better fit for Miami.
That's what I'm saying.
Real quick, we're talking about
that Atlanta trade would be a better trade. That Atlanta trade would be a better trade. But
that's what we're talking about.
How happy would he be in Atlanta?
Isn't that what we're talking about? A better trade? Because
they're gonna try to meet. They're gonna try to tease him.
You was talking about
fit.
You won't even answer the phone. I don't care about a fit. I am talking on the side of Portland, like you was a couple weeks ago. You sat there and thought it was like, I'm not answering that call. I'm not answering that call. I'm not answering that call. I'm being you right now.
You asked for a Damian Lillard fit.
No, I did not. I say what's a better trade. I didn't say fit. He could fit in anywhere and be an all-star.
I don't know, but y'all look. Y'all was just talking about the Heat, right?
I was talking about trade. Right. What's the best trade?
Y'all was talking about him going to the Heat.
I'm Portland. What can I get back for Dame Lillard? That's what I'm talking about.
17 picks from OKC. But y'all was sitting here. Y'all was talking about the Heat, right? Can we talk about how disrespectful Heat fans are? How you out here threatening a 9-year-old child?
You did what?
DeRozan's daughter.
Oh,
how you threatening 9-year-old children? Heat fans are ridiculous.
Because this world that we live in is kind of brutal, but we don't want to go there right now.
I mean, you know, I just had to throw that out there and ask that question because it was kind of ridiculous. I forgot my transition just now. Amir, I've been on the road all day.
Hold on, but while you brought up DeRozan, why not Chicago for Lillard? Give up Zach LaVine and one of their bigs for him, since we're on the subject, and let him mix and match with DeMar DeRozan, since he did his best work with the shooting guard of McCollum.
I mean, they don't have
because the Atlanta trade is better than that one.
Huh? What did you say?
Because the Atlanta trade is better than that one.
I'm just saying. Obviously, Portland got to get something back for Lillard. They're just not going to give him away for 4 draft pick like Herschel Walker to the Vikings. I'm just saying, like they need some type of value, right? You know, we're in agreement to that. So what's the best trade for Dame Lillard?
You know, the Bulls don't have a point guard per se right now because Lonzo Ball ain't played in 3 years, and who they got? The Great White Hope.
Play next year either.
Now, question. So, you don't think that Portland will try to basically appease him due to the fact of the loyalty he's shown to the franchise?
Heck no.
I think so.
I think so. That dude has shown incredible loyalty to that franchise. I would be more shocked than anything because they love him in Portland.
Yes, they're going to try to get the best trade possible for the franchise, but he's going to have input.
Yeah. That's what I think. I think he's going to have a lot of input.
It has to be fair for both sides. I get what you're coming from, Rob. I do. But this is a business. This is a business. And
hey, Amir, Austin Davis says send him to Orlando for Markelle Fultz, Bobo, Franz Wagner in the first rounder.
That's a trade, but I wouldn't do it if I'm Portland.
That ain't never going to happen. Portland ain't going to do that.
A trade. Like, who Orlando has after that? Only him and
I figured y'all would like that.
That's it. You know, that's
hilarious.
That's all Orlando got at that point. I'm just saying Portland has to do its best for Portland. And yes, Dame Lillard has been an ambassador to the city or to the state, to the city, Portland, but they're not going to give him away just to give him away. You know,
no. So, they're going to get some major capital for him, but they're going to send him somewhere where he'll flourish at.
And I'm going to tell you one team right now. This came to mind. I'm going to tell you one team right now. No, never mind. I'm going to retract that. They just signed C.J. Brunson, so they don't need a
C.J. Brunson.
Who the hell is C.J. Brunson?
Who the hell is that? And when did he come out of? Where did he come out of?
Is that a person? Is that a person that's for real?
Don't mind me. I was thinking of somebody else when I stopped at Brunson. I was thinking of R.J. Barrett and Brunson for Lillard, but
where does CJ came?
Of course, you want to send him to New York.
CJ McCollum.
I don't know.
I was talking about McCollum earlier.
We going down the rabbit hole.
I
love that.
We going down the rabbit hole.
Now you know what'd be funny if they send him. No, they can't do that. Never mind.
I would do it if I'm the Knicks, but you just signed Brunson, so that's why
the Atlanta trade over that one.
You can talk about smack.
Can y'all see a 3-team trade involving Portland, Dallas, and somebody else? Where
no, Kyrie's a free agent.
Well, I'm not talking about Kyrie. I'm just talking about Dallas. Somebody else, and that's go send Dame to be playing with Luka and drop some things around.
But
see something like that.
Who's Dallas gonna give up?
Yeah, and who Portland gonna get?
That's why I say the 3-team trade. I don't know. That's what y'all here for. Y'all here to I bring the ideas and y'all just put things together. I say craziness and y'all just make it a reality.
Fleck, is Jaylen Brown a free agent after this year?
Yes.
No.
I thought it was this year.
He don't want to be there.
Or is
he got one more year.
He got one more
year.
Yeah.
Y'all need to lock him up early.
He might not be too happy with Boston right now, so I don't know how.
I heard that.
I hope they do. I hope they lock him up.
So childish.
Yeah. Because he's amazing.
He's so damn childish. I want to be number one. I want to be
not even that.
It's not even that.
He's tired of every time, which, you know what I'm saying, I don't really get, because you're only being brought up for like superstars. Like it's not like they're saying, hey, we're going to trade you to the Lakers for Mo Bamba. You know what I mean? Like, he's being brought up in superstar KD.
Why not? Yeah, I need a center.
But the thing is, though, they're not offering him. Teams are calling about him. They're calling and asking for him.
Right.
Yeah, but they're not offering a Lillard.
And they're listening.
They're offering an Alvarado.
And I guess that's the problem. They're listening. He's like, nobody's calling for Tatum, or you're not entertaining Tatum.
If I'm a GM, I know you're not about to try to give up Tatum, so I'm not gonna call about Tatum, because Tatum is your guy. Tatum is the one who's selling tickets.
And that's okay. So you're making my point for him.
Yeah, that's why I say he childish. He think he better than Tatum, and he's not. He need to go sit down somewhere.
I get what you're saying, Jim, but I see what Flex saying. I see what Flex saying, but I get it, but I don't get it. But what I'm saying is, Jaylen Brown is so amazing, and he's given so much to the franchise that now it's like he feels like he's being shorted because they're receiving calls about him instead of saying he's not available. And that's where I understand it. They're entertaining it.
Here's where I'll defend Boston, and I never defend Boston. Danny Ainge is always on the phone.
But Danny Ainge is in Utah.
I say Danny Ainge ain't there no more.
I was about to say Danny Ainge is never
been gone, right?
Yeah, you're right. You got Brad Stevens up there.
Yeah,
it's Brad.
Maybe he never liked Jaylen Brown.
He learned from Danny Ainge.
Brad
learned from Danny.
Is a live.
I stand corrected. Trade Jaylen Brown.
I would not trade Jaylen Brown nowhere.
But I would be okay if it was Lillard for Jaylen Brown.
No.
If I'm the Celtics,
knowing that Jaylen Brown don't necessarily, he's on the fence of
all jokes aside.
If I'm Portland, that ain't an equal trade.
Hold on. All jokes aside, I would trade Jalen Brunson for Draymond Green.
Well, you may not have to worry about that because you might be able to pick him.
Wait, say that again. Hold up. No. Say that again.
He might be able to pick.
I want to make sure I heard that right.
He might be able to pick him up.
I've been hearing things like
he said one more time.
Say that again.
They need somebody.
One more time.
Mark's on the way out.
I didn't hear what you said, though. Say that again.
They need somebody with floppability.
Trade who for who?
Draymond for Jaylen Brown, straight up.
Dude, what are you smoking?
I thought he said Brunson.
He did.
I thought he said Jalen Brunson.
I did.
I thought he said Jalen Brunson.
He did. Because I was about to say
Draymond Green. I didn't stutter. I said Draymond Green.
No, you said Brunson for Green.
You said Draymond.
You said Brunson.
For Brunson.
Yes.
Okay, well, I apologize for that.
That's why we were all confused. We didn't know what was happening.
I wouldn't trade Brunson. I would trade Jaylen Brown.
Of course you would. You're a New York Knicks fan. Why the hell would you not trade him? You want him gone in the first place.
Get him out the conference.
You want him on the other side of the world. Yes.
Get him out the conference.
Yes, I understand. But, yeah, in a minute, you might be able to get Draymond out of free agency because if Golden State doesn't win this series, I just got a feeling this is the end of the road for their relationship.
Now, let me ask you this question: since you brought Golden State back up, is Andrew Wiggins ever coming back? Did he come back?
What are you
talking playing?
Back the whole series.
I don't watch basketball no more.
I'm so nervous. I'm like, how did we get to this level? Like, yes, he's been back and he's balling.
He's been back the whole series.
So he didn't murder nobody, right?
He went off last night.
I heard he was
game one. They just lost.
I heard he was about to murder people. That's why he was gone. So
he put up like 22 in game one. They just lost.
So of course, Golden State had to hurry up and put a press release out. Basically, they said that he was taking care of his ill father, was why he took that long leave. But it is what it is.
All right, I'll take that for an excuse because you don't want to put out there what had really happened, and you broke your best friend kneecap because he was out there doing.
Hey stuff. Man, I'm just gonna go with what they say.
If that situation is true, I wouldn't know what to say, what to do. That's a dirty situation if that's true.
Very dirty.
Your best friend, somebody that was supposed to be your brother.
Go best friend, go.
Dang, that's just dirty. Like we supposed to be going on couples vacations together.
There's just some things you don't recover from.
No, not at all. I'm glad we ain't got them problems. Jesus.
Speaking of recovering from,
boom,
OBJ
just like that.
got himself a contract in Baltimore.
Yes, Lord.
Sorry, I had to do that.
Just like
that.
Lord. That's how you do it.
Keep going. Bang on him. Keep going.
But you ain't got a quarterback though.
Hold on, but
hey.
Yeah, Tyler Huntley signed his tender today.
Hey, you, pull your head down. Pull your head down real far, and just don't even move no more. Because
Rob, I gotta ask you.
I'm so done.
What's
he said? Hey, you.
Hey, look, that's how they framed it too. They was like, Baltimore got signed his Pro Bowl quarterback.
Oh my God!
Oh, the Pro Bowl
and
quarterback.
I was like, because when I saw it, I was like, oh crap, Lamar signed, and I opened it and about Tyler Huntley.
They call that clickbait.
Yeah, the Pro Bowl quarterback that was a substitute for somebody else. Yeah, him.
Ooh.
What were you about to say, Amir?
Roberto, Mr. Amazing Knees is here, or knee per se. What's next for Baltimore?
Continue working on this contract for Lamar, and I'm praying. I am so praying that by draft day we work something out with the Arizona Cardinals, because there's been some rumblings that they've been trying to work that deal to get D-Hop, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I'm praying. I swear I'm praying hard every day and seeing if we can make it happen. But the problem is, one, cap space. Two, just the fact of what they want for D-Hop and what they're willing to take. So I got my fingers crossed. And I honestly, at this point, because I think the last thing I read, they offered Lamar a $200 million fully guaranteed contract.
That's what I seen.
At I want to say it's 5 years. 5 years. So I really hope he takes that under, advisement with all incentives. If he does that, the 200 fully guaranteed, he still will be in the top tier of quarterbacks. But it's a matter of where he's at right now.
As we know, as much as Jimmy is wearing his green,
but we're
only saying that because Jalen Hurts.
But with Jalen Hurts,
5 years,
5.
I don't know what's happening.
So that's the thing. Jalen signed $255.
His guarantee is at 187. I think it was
180. I thought it was 178, but okay, 187, whatever you said. And look, let me tell you something. If anybody's happy for Jalen, everybody knows I'm happy for Jalen. I love me some Jalen Hurts. That's my guy. I damn sure am grateful that he is eating. And I hope he's able to get the full amount he has on his contract. And Lamar, I hate that that's what happened with the contracts. But the thing is, that's just the first one, because now we still got to get Justin Herbert's contract. We still got to get, oh my God, what is his name? Joe Burrow's contract. So once those two fall in line, Lamar has a baseline of contracts that are out there. And I get it. You're the one of the few unanimous MVPs, but you got Joe Burrow, who's been to a Super Bowl already. So his contract is going to be major in the deciding factor of what your contract may look like. So I'm curious to see what that's going to play out as.
Bro, I've been saying this for a while now, and I'm going to continue to say it. With the draft coming up next week, I can almost guarantee you right after the draft, that's when you're going to see people calling Lamar Jackson and trying to do something with Lamar Jackson, because they know if I do it after the draft, I don't have to give up my draft pick this year, right? So if it's somebody who have an early first round draft pick or somebody who have something in the first round, it's a lot more likely that I'm gonna have to give up a later round draft pick, first round draft pick, if I get Lamar after the draft, as opposed to getting them now and I have the number 15, let's just say number 15 draft pick, number 15 pick in the first round. So I would much rather give up 30, 31 than 15. Yeah. So people will start calling after the draft. They just waiting to see how things play out at the draft.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
I don't think I'm praying to God he doesn't.
If I'm OBJ, I'm not signing in Baltimore without some reassurance from Lamar that you're coming back.
Well, you just said they got.
And then they were on the phone. They were on the phone together before OBJ signed.
Right.
And Lamar,
they were in Miami the weekend together when they signed. They were together.
I mean,
not on the phone. They were together.
They were
adding on to this effect. I agree.
He didn't look like he was having too much fun though. He kind of looked like he was upset that he was there. Maybe it's because
they were together in Miami for that fight, that UFC fight, and he signed the next day in Baltimore. Yeah. They were together when he signed.
Yeah, they were kicking it hard. So, and the thing is,
I'm just saying,
right.
Lamar
I don't think.
Go ahead, Fleck. A picture of them two FaceTiming each other. That's why I said they were on
the phone. And you're right, Fleck, because I don't think he's going to leave when that was one of the requests that you made for you to come back. Lamar just doesn't strike me. Lamar Jackson doesn't strike me as the type of player to say, you know what, I'm not playing. You didn't do what I need to do. You didn't pay me like I needed to. But they did get a wide receiver that you asked for. He just doesn't strike me as that guy. He strikes me as the type of guy that if he sees progress happening and he wants to prove that he is who he says he is, he's going to come back. I'm holding on to that, as we all know that Rob is a diehard Baltimore Ravens guy. So I'm praying that he does come back, so I don't have to change the colors that I wear all the time and have to change into something else. But if I have to, so be it. But right now, I'm staying right here where I'm at.
I'm so tired of you.
Is that your draft hat?
I'm so tired of you. You just had that hat.
No, I got another hat for that.
You just had that hat sitting there waiting. That's what it was. I'm so tired of you.
What? Hey, look, I learned from the best. Those two, they teach me well.
So child, one hat. I ain't got time for it. That's ridiculous. Speaking of the NFL, you talked about Jalen Hurts. Y'all talked about Jalen Hurts earlier. You see, I got my green on. It wasn't for Jalen Hurts. It was just because I was at work today and I put on green. But yeah, he signed that big 5-year deal. Some other stuff that's going on around the NFL. We talked about it earlier with the Cardinals, with all the stuff they have going on. Budda Baker requesting a trade. Y'all think they go move him?
No.
They got new uniforms.
They do.
Their uniforms are pretty. And Kyler Murray just.
I really have to say about the Cardinals. That's all they probably can say about the Cardinals right now. They're a crap show.
Kyler Murray designed those things on Madden. He designed those uniforms on Madden. That was one of the stipulations in his contract.
And he put in social media, we're going to win a lot of games. And I'm like, really? That's what we're going to win? We're going to win a lot of games. Okay.
It's a crap show out there in Arizona.
My God. So
nobody wants to be there.
It's hard to watch, but it's hard to look away too. You know what I mean?
Nobody wants to be there. Similar to what Amir said about another football team. I'm not going to say the name of it, but I'll say the city. They in Nashville. But what's going on?
Wait, time out. I'm glad you said Nashville. Thank you, Fleck. Please help me, Lord. Is this Brett Favre rumbling real?
What?
About Brett Favre? There was a trade offer from the Titans to the Green Bay Packers for Brett Favre. Is that real?
Favre?
Yes. Not Favre, excuse me.
I don't know.
Rodgers. Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, I wouldn't. I don't know. I haven't heard it. That's my first time.
We're talking 10 years ago?
No. That was my fault. I pulled it in the mirror. That was my fault. So I was talking about Rodgers.
No, I think people was trying to connect the dots because he owns a home in one of the suburbs of Nashville.
Okay.
I think people were trying to connect the dots. I mean, it was never any major
real,
you know what I'm saying, rumor that he was coming to Tennessee.
Well, it's obvious.
For him, it's either going to be the Jets or he's going to retire.
No?
For him, it's going to be the Jets or retire.
So, and I think more. And I think more of the fact that why I was saying Brett Favre, because Brett Favre need to be in jail.
I was about to say, speaking of Brett Favre,
so I just need to put that on there. Yeah.
No, ain't nobody they still ain't charging him with stealing all his money, but they are charging Ted DiBiase Jr., which is weird, for the same exact thing. He was there, but you charging him. Brett Favre still out here getting all his money from endorsements.
To Brett Favre's defense, though, Ted DiBiase bought a new house, a boat, and everything else with the money, while Brett Favre just put it in his pocket.
Right.
You know, I'm not defending Brett Favre.
He didn't even buy a house.
He had a building built at Southern Miss for his daughter to play volleyball.
Ted DiBiase didn't buy a house. He used it for a down payment on the house. So I don't know what kind of house he bought, but he took millions of dollars and used it for a down payment. That was ridiculous. But Brett Favre still needs to be in jail.
Look, either way it go, they need to be in jail.
Yep.
How about that?
Go to jail.
Put that on
like Monopoly. But some other people who have been caught in some misdoings have been a bunch of were they all players for the Lions?
Yep.
Sitting out here just gambling and
all 5 of them? I thought it was 4 of them.
Four for the Lions, one's from
the
Bengals.
4. That's who the other one was for.
They was out here betting on games and whatnot, just sports betting. What is wrong with
that? So let's make sure everybody understands that the reason why there were different suspension times. If you bet on college games, you're okay, as long as you're not in the facility or on a plane or that's sponsored by your team or things of that nature.
Anything team related,
you can bet. As long as you're not doing anything team related, you can bet on
any sport except the NFL.
Any sport
except the NFL.
But once you get into your facility or team anything, you can't do any of that. So
that's stupid to me, though. Especially if I'm sitting in the locker room and I'm just chilling right now, and I pull it up and I'm like, oh, Florida about to play Alabama. Shit, let me bet with Alabama real quick.
Now the question is how did they know that they did it at the team facility?
Ping. They did.
I mean, I guess you can see when you know that they were in your facility. I guess I don't know.
Jameson Williams betted in the locker room.
Yeah,
the other guys betted in a casino.
And being a part of DraftKings, you can see. And you remember when you're in DraftKings, it literally can give your location,
right?
Because your location restricts where you are, if you're able to do bets or not.
Well,
because if you're, so, but J-Mo should have learned a long time from Calvin, really. I mean, and like we talked about earlier on our text message thread, I don't understand what's going on with my Alabama wide receivers. We tripping right now. I really don't understand. Like, come on, man. We up here making a mess of it all. And sorry if the camera fell off.
What is happening? Your Alabama wide receivers are getting ready for the longest yard. That's what's going on out there.
Hey, look, they're gonna have a major team. They're gonna be the meme machines.
The meme machine.
They're gonna be the meme machines. But yeah, we got to do better. But hopefully J-Mo learns from this and continues on.
He only got 6 games. I say only, but he got
it. Right.
College. You bet on college.
He said, yeah, he bet on college.
So he'll be back.
The other guy was from the Shaka something from the Commodores.
The Commandants.
Yeah.
Who got they got a $7 billion bid out there right now. No, they got another one out there.
They sold for 6 already, I thought.
No,
I thought they sold.
It's a done deal. It's $6 billion.
Yeah, 6.05.
You're not taking nothing from Magic Johnson, son.
6.05.
Just had the thing came out. All right, I'm gonna talk to y'all offline about this, but they just had the thing came out and said it wasn't a done deal, and they had another option. But I have to. I
know they said that they had another bid, but it wasn't the dude.
It was one that was $7 billion. I have to find it, so that's why I ain't gonna say that.
They said both of them were 6, and they accepted them.
Speaking of folks that's coming back, y'all hear the news that Mr. Bill is coming back. Damar Hamlin, he has been cleared to play football once again.
You're going to hell. I'm just going to leave that right there. Mr. Bill. When he said Mr. Bill, I'm dead.
I didn't put.
I understand why he said it, but you also never mind. We'll talk later. I'll explain it later.
I put it together. My bad.
I'm so lost right now.
But I love it.
Mr. Bill used to be a thing on SNL, and they used to tear apart. My bad. That wasn't the intent.
Look, I love your intensity, though. I love your intensity.
That wasn't the intent at all. I didn't know that.
I like where you were headed with it. That was special.
I don't understand the correlation, but I'm gonna say the same thing I said with Tua.
He went down with the injury, and Mr. Bill was murdered every time he was on Saturday Night Live. They would rip him apart, basically.
Bingo.
I'm gonna say sometimes people put themselves before their health. Even Tua thought about retiring, and that came out this week, and he decided to keep on playing. Like, I get it. That's their livelihood. I'm not doubting that. Sometimes you just don't make enough money to retire off, which I get it. I do get it. But your health is at risk, and that's more important than I don't get it. Like, the guy can make millions advocating and be just fine, but I'll be scared to put my health at risk at this point.
But he got a new helmet though, so
Tua's reasoning was he has young kids, he has a young son, and he wants his kids to be able to say that they knew who he was and saw him as a player. And I get it. I get it.
DVR's
that
for
special bond, but
the YouTube is for.
That's the beauty of social media and YouTube and all these other sites, because if he takes another major hit, it could be the last hit he takes.
If I'm Tua, I've made tens of $20 million. That's enough to lead the way. Damar Hamlin, I understand. I think the most he's made is 400,000, 425,000, something like that. So I understand his thought process where he hasn't made the money to comfortably retire. I understand where Damar's coming from because his injury was 1 in a million. And, I get it. Tua needs to sit his ass down somewhere. And he has enough money, YouTube and social media and DVR, what I'm saying? That's his legacy. Everybody knows he was good. He came in and won a national championship. He has a legacy to show his kids and the money to take care of his kids. Yeah. Not Damar Hamlin. I understand that part, but I still won't risk my life.
The thing with Damar Hamlin though is he doesn't necessarily have a health condition. This was something that happened, and he got hit precisely at the right spot at the right time. He doesn't have a heart condition.
He's now more susceptible to that again.
He hit. It's not he got hit. He hit somebody at the right angle.
It was right in the middle of the heart doing this thing and all this other stuff. It was like I don't know what this picture is that you sent, but
read the message under.
I seen that.
You don't want to read it because I'm horrible. I literally need to turn myself in. I'm a terrible person.
Switching gears, we go. Let's let Amir talk for a little while. Let's go to the MLB. Talk about your people. I know. We got a new shortstop happening in Dodgerland.
What?
Yeah, the fact
Mookie Betts playing shortstop
Mookie Betts went and got a new child and came back to the teams and got put in a shortstop. Yeah, that was interesting. And guess what? He did just fine last night. Mm-hmm. Not so much today because they got their asses beat.
Yeah,
but
today was not a good day.
It's not his fault, but it just goes to show how talented Mookie Betts is. Getting plugged in at shortstop, which is shortstop and center field are the two most positions in baseball. So Mookie Betts is, sure, I'll play shortstop without a hesitation. He hasn't played shortstop since the minor leagues. And he did just fine. The fact that the Dodgers are as good as they are compared to everybody that's left is a big deal for me. Obviously, we can't go without talking about the West and not say that Fernando Tatis Jr. came back to the Padres yesterday. 20th, yesterday. So that's going to be a huge bump for the Padres. Big series this weekend, the Braves and Astros. And as much as the Astros are struggling right now, it's still early, obviously. But that's a big series. Everywhere I go online, keep saying that the Braves are the team to beat in the National League. I'm not that I'm not sold. I just think there's other teams that are just as good. So I'm not knocking the Braves. Don't look at me like that. I know I see a side eye there, Fleck. But I think the Braves are good. I just want to include you in the conversation. That's all. What do you think the Braves stand right now compared to where you thought they stood? Ahead of schedule, as in par, or?
Yes, man.
Yes, sir.
I think they're doing about what I expected them to do. There's still some pieces that I'm like waiting to, like Sean Murphy. I'm waiting on him to show me why we gave him that money. Of course, Arcia going to the IL hurts, so Grissom, he's gonna have to show that he can handle shortstop every day now, a little bit earlier than expected. Ozuna, I don't understand why he's still a Brave.
Get paid $22 million a year.
It's horrible. He's terrible, in the words of Charles Barkley. He's terrible.
For those of you that don't know, I'm going to cut you off really quick. For those of you that don't know, baseball contracts are fully guaranteed. So when you pay the guy $22 million, you want to – and the reason I bring that up because Arizona just cut –
I was just about to say, Arizona paid Bumgarner $34 to go home.
Yeah. He's sitting at home.
Why we can't do that to
Ozuna? $53 million.
Because he's a liability. But they're about right, about what I expect them to be doing.
No, I am more impressed with the pitching staff of the Braves than I am with the hitting guy. I thought Matt Olson obviously is a great pickup. I expected obviously Acuna to come back and be MVP form. Michael Harris. Sorry, Michael.
He's been hurt, so he's been hurt.
Third base, Austin Riley. The pickup where he left off last year. Like the hitting is there. Obviously, the hitting is there. You're right, Sean Murphy, but Sean Murphy was an Oakland A's superstar, which doesn't really mean a lot in MLB because you could be a superstar in the A's because the rest of the team just sucks.
And while you're on the subject of the A's, they just bought a piece of land in Vegas for $1 billion with a new ballpark on the horizon. So it looks like they're going to be
$1 billion just for the lot
2027
with a retractable roof on it, and
they expect that to be ready to go by 2027. Is that going to be happen? So that's what 4 years away. Let's pretty much. Is that going to be an odd period? Because the city of Oakland is pissed at the A's right now
Yeah,
because they feel like they negotiated in bad faith.
So it's
you're there for at least 3-4 more years.
So I will tell you on both sides that even Vegas is pissed at Oakland. Reason being
at
because
the team or the city.
The city, Vegas, the city is mad at Oakland, the team, the owner.
That's what I was asking.
The Oakland owner, he's giving out promises that he's not keeping or can't keep.
Yeah.
You know,
like what?
So they have the worst payroll in MLB. So they're not doing anything for the city other than collecting a check. And then MLB is bailing them out as far as breaking news, Kawhi Leonard out for game 4. Just want to throw that out there.
Hey, I love it.
I was just going to let you break it. I saw it 10 minutes ago.
Good.
So everybody's mad at the Oakland A's owner because he's a money-hungry dude who's not keeping his promise to anybody.
Hungry for the monies.
Yeah. He paid for the land and didn't promise a team, if that makes sense. It's like, yeah, I bought the land, but I may not even bring the team because I promised Oakland I have this team over here, and he wants the city's money, and then he doesn't.
Basically playing them against each other.
Exactly.
Trying to get the best deal.
Exactly. And if you notice, Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders, said today, he's pissed because the dude is shiesty.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the A's stand right now, and they might not even come to Las Vegas. So that's where we at with that.
What a fun time to be alive. Fun time.
I just wish I was freaking rich somehow, you know?
Right?
I'd definitely buy a team if I was rich, man.
I wonder if we can use this show as a down payment towards something.
We should.
I mean,
we should.
I would.
I mean, a real good
but
down
I
payment.
do.
It just can't be Baltimore or nothing because I can't.
These next 2 weeks, I have this is breaking news in my life. I have a series of poker tournaments coming up that can lead to a buku amount of money for myself and my loved ones, obviously. So hopefully I can get my head right and do well in those.
Yeah,
good job. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, you finna kill it.
And that's another reason why, you know, we have had our hiatuses because we have different things going on. Amir just told y'all he got his poker tournaments going on. I have productions left and right where I'm constantly in and out of the city. So, you know, sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm not. Rob is doing big things out here, cooking for all of the folks. Fleck is out here driving trucks.
Fleck has no life.
So
Fleck has no life.
He's the bachelor, ladies.
Fleck has no life.
So Rob is also out here trying to get his life back together since I'm on 2 legs finally. And trying some different things, and hopefully I will be able to share with my brothers that I have what we call a la carte coming up as far as my school, because I'm in culinary art school. And with my a la carte, I'm thinking about doing a Cajun seasoned soft shell crab sandwich with a mango salsa, a mango salsa coleslaw on it, as well as garlic Parmesan truffle fries with it. Or I'm going to do a teriyaki shrimp burger and have a grilled pineapple slice on top of the burger as well. So we'll
I never had a pineapple slice on a burger. That's I like pineapples.
Now let's go with option 2. Let's go with option 2.
Hey, I'm just saying both are going to be amazing, but I'm going to make both, and I'll see what happens.
And speaking
of being with their brothers, Max Scherzer won't. He got suspended for 10 games.
I don't agree with that whatsoever.
Hey, but look, as a pitcher, that's only 2 games?
Yeah,
every 5 days.
It is, but it's also a fine of like 100,000 something. So
yeah, and he's making like 30-50 million this year or something.
No, I get it, but it's not right. Because it comes down to an umpire's perspective, which is not fair. If you're allowed to use a rosin bag, which every player is, not even a pitcher, every player is, and that's what he tested. Not even it wasn't a test, but that's what he had in his glove in his hand. Then what did he do wrong? You know, like what can you use then if you're a pitcher? It's like saying if I lick on my hands too much, I'm wrong. And that's what it came down to. And I'm not a fan of Max Scherzer. I don't like him as a person. He's a good pitcher, obviously.
I'm glad he got suspended.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Apparently, the bottom of the third, Braves are up on the Astros 4-1.
Yes, welcome to the show, Sir John Marshall.
Kind of upset at myself. I was in Houston for a whole week and didn't make it to one Astros game.
I'm disappointing you in that aspect.
Also, well,
I mean, so this is breaking news too.
I had the option though.
Hey, breaking news. Joel Embiid has a sprained right knee, and he's going to miss Game 4 versus Brooklyn.
That was determined
as expected from the 76ers, which is sad. That's expected every year when it comes to 76ers. Him and everybody else get hurt.
They just break down. So,
did you guys talk about the change to the first down now in college?
No, they haven't. We haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, we'll wait.
I was just about to tell Amir why I didn't make it to know. Rob, you need to sit up because you out of the blurriness. I didn't make it to no games. It was between the going to a baseball game of a team that I'm not a fan of and free liquor. So
not every day though.
Hey, what did you talk about? Free liquor wins all the time. Stop.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I didn't go to none of the games.
I'm sorry, guys. If I had a chance to go to a sports game, I don't care if it's random. I went to a Colorado Rockies Arizona Diamondbacks game one time.
And
nobody goes to watch them.
I know you would go to any game. I have tickets to the Zurich Classic. I'm 100% sure I'm not going.
I will say this. I love sports, and we all know this. But if it's free liquor involved, I'm going to watch it on TV while I'm drinking the free liquor.
That's what I did. I was like,
my man. I'm so proud of you.
Tap it down.
You go, boy.
Let's do this.
You go, boy.
Let's do this here. Although my office did look right into Minute Maid Park, the top been open. It's a real nice looking park from where I am, but yeah, I didn't make it over there. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the rule change in NCAA football. Since you brought it up, Rob, you can get to talk about it.
So now on, when it's a first down, you will not get the stoppage where the clock stops and you have more time. The clock will continue to roll, and so now when you get a first down, the clock will start immediately, and you will continue on playing like regular, like NFL football. So I think it's
except for in the last 2 minutes
to get them, except for in the last 2 minutes. Correct. I think it's a good thing because it gets them in the mindset of playing in the NFL, except for in the last 2 minutes.
I mean, a lot of the stuff though they do in college they don't do like if you're in the NFL. You know, do they do 2-minute warnings? No.
But I think they're starting to shift the college game toward the NFL model. I think that's what Rob meant.
They're trying to make it to more like the NFL game, and I like that.
I do like it. I love it. I want to see it happen because they need to start with changing that football a little bit though. Stop playing with that little bit of football. That's ridiculous.
Well, I think that's coming in the very near future. Draft special? Are we doing a draft special?
Huh?
We're gonna do a draft special, right?
Yeah. And I don't know where Amir went, but next Wednesday, I think we were gonna do a draft, mock draft special.
What?
we'll have
y'all talk to your production company
next Thursday.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about it because Wednesday
or maybe we won't do one then.
I'm out all next week.
The draft starts next Thursday.
Yeah.
We had said that Wednesday, but I mean, if nobody's going to be able to be on, then
I mean, we can do if we can do Monday. I might be able to work with you, or even Sunday. That would be great.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying I'm out all next week. I'm not gonna be here. I got production stuff happening. So,
but yeah, we can discuss it more. Because I really want to discuss Bijan Robinson because I want to upset all Dallas fans.
What? Everybody wants to upset all Dallas fans.
I am in the mood to choose violence about Bijan Robinson because I don't think they're going to get him.
Dallas fans are upset all the time, so it don't matter.
Yes, and it feels right to me. I enjoy it. I like seeing them upset. So I want to agitate. I want to poke the bear, as Desmond Bain said. Is it Desmond Bain? Was it the Bain?
No, you talking about you talking about Brooks? You talking about LeBron and all this stuff?
Yeah, the little boy that don't know what he just did. Yeah, him.
I'm so tired of him. Somebody need to go ahead and chop him in his throat real quick.
Yeah.
Go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, he's about to find out completely the hard way that, yeah, I get it. You know, LeBron may not be in your eyes the GOAT, but LeBron is still LeBron. And he's still a very huge human who can shoot very well. So, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this: if LeBron come out there and score 82 points on Memphis, it's gonna be all his fault. Last thing on the docket, though, we got a big fight happening on Saturday. Who y'all got? Got Davis and Garcia.
I got Tank.
There ain't no big fight. Tank's finna murder this dude. I feel bad for anybody who likes Garcia or who follows him because I think Tank is going to put him on skates. So yeah, Tank, no question. Did he just walk off the camera?
I had to.
Oh, ice cold! Ice cold! Ice cold!
I'm like, where you at?
Ice cold!
Did he quit? Did he just walk off on us? I don't understand.
Like, oh no, you gonna feel a piece of this green hat. That's what you gonna feel.
I gotta go. He pulled a Jay Williams.
I seen Mr. Marshall mention the Hawks, so you know I had to.
Yeah.
Rob, you talking about you in culinary school. I would like to let folks know that I am graduating from film school here this summer. So it's
Did you know that, Rob?
I have no party.
Thank you.
What the hell?
Thank you.
Really? Dude? Are you serious?
Thank you.
You know what? I need
But you looked at me like I was wrong when I said I didn't.
I need better friends.
You looked at me like I was wrong when I said I didn't know.
In the words of every woman on earth, you need to communicate better.
It's been communicated.
But you looked at me like I was wrong when I said I didn't know.
No, you was not.
This girl got on ninja stars in her hair. I did communicate. No, matter of fact, no. You know what? Y'all right. I didn't say nothing about the graduation. I looked at you like that, Fleck, because you looked at me crazy when talking about what school.
You said you was graduating. I said graduating from where?
Exactly. As you should. I would say the same thing.
You knew I've been in school. You know I've been in film.
We never knew what the name of the school was.
I'm so tired of y'all. Full Sail University.
Okay, I know.
Y'all did know because y'all was talking about that's where they film NXT.
I didn't know that.
You see him? You see his face now?
Oh no, this is me looking at Zelina.
Yeah, you see what we were looking at about the hi.
You seen them in her hair?
Yes,
I'm like, got her whole neck off.
She needs to go. She needs.
Appreciate you, Big John Marshall. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's happening.
I need one of them. I need one of them The thing from Dave Chappelle. Wrap this shit up, B.
We about to wrap it up. I was trying to just stretch it out to see when Mr. 24/7 was coming back, but he ain't made it back, so we just gonna go ahead and cut it off.
He said he had to go.
He said had to go.
Well, he ain't the only one.
Yeah,
y'all ready?
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
Me too. Look, we love y'all for showing up. I ain't doing the big outro today. We appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time. This is All Sports Matter.
Oh, and Anthony Davis made out of glass. Go ahead.
He's so childish. Later.